for only a few minutes just to show you guys how to apply the Heavenly's Moisture Milk and Heavenly's Revival Hair Serum. So I've been wearing this protective stuff for 15 days, which is 2 weeks and 1 day. I'm about to head out the door so I can go to my grandson's little singing thing. I don't know what it's really named. Singer revival, singer concert, whatever it is, y'all. I am on my way to that. So his other grandma is going to pick me up. And me, his other grandma, and his Auntie Tatiana will be going to listen to him sing in his little choir at school. And I'm gonna probably try to record a little clip of it and put it on my other YouTube channel, y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and show y'all of me applying both of these to my hair, which is the Heavenly's Moisture Milk and the Revival Hair Serum. So I hope you guys enjoyed that mega flash sale yesterday with all of the items being over 50% off, y'all. So when you receive your moisture milk, it will have a little safety button on here. I think mine is already off. Or is it? Let me see. No, it's not. Okay. So the tops also change sometimes. So whenever the manufacturer end up running out of certain sprayers, I have to be forced to use whatever they have left over. That's why you see, or if you've received or placed an order more than once for the moisture milk, that is why you have ended up with different tops. I do love these sprayers though, I really do. um it's this other one, the little smaller sprayer. I like it more than I like this one because it really, really sprays out and it doesn't clog like some of these other sprayers do. But yeah, all you do is, if your bottle has separated when it comes down to the liquid and the ingredients, in which this one is not separated right now, but just to show you that the ones that just recently placed their order, when you receive your orders, just shake it up. That is it. Just shake it up a little bit and then let it combine together. So, like I stated on many of my other lives, Heavenly's Moisture Milk was inspired from several years ago when I used to use the Cream of Nature Argan Oil Leave-In Conditioning Spray. And I was so crazy about that spray to where I decided to create my own. So Heavenly's Moisture Milk been out ever since 2018. And all I do is use my all natural and handmade, all organic products that I make from scratch. So let me just go ahead because like I said, I don't have that many minutes. It's 12:58. She gonna pick me up before 1:30. So all I do is just spray. Now, if you could tell, this has a milky consistency that's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. It will run a little bit, but it ain't running too far, y'all. And you can use however much you want. This bottle does last a long time. So I decided to put it on my ends first. You can put it on your scalp first. It's up to you. But I decided to put it on my ends first. And this moisture milk is a hair growth spray as well. It is a length retention slash moisturizing slash conditioning spray as well. Good afternoon, Tessa. I didn't even think I was getting back on here today. Man, when I tell you I want to do it more than I usually do it though, as far as coming on my lives. But your girl is getting better with time. She's getting better. And I could put a lot more in my hand and take better sections or bigger sections and apply it. But I'm that type of person to where I like to make sure that I am getting all of my ingredients all up and through my strands. By this being mini twists, y'all, it is started out with a braid first and then the twists. My hair is like low density slash a little certain percentage of medium density, and low porosity slash medium porosity. Some people don't go by the porosities, and I respect that, because at one point in time, porosities wasn't even talked about. And I think that's what kind of made things a little bit more complicated. That's why with Heavenly's hair growth oils, I put the labels porosity, because so many people kept asking me. And these growth oils been out for several years. But all of a sudden, when people brought up the porosity thing, that became a popular trend, or something that people felt like was mandatory and very important, felt like it was just life threatening. Um, so many people will ask, okay, is this for low density, low porosity? And yes, I did just change my voice, y'all. But to know me is to love me. Those of you that been coming on my live every time, or majority of the times when I create one, y'all already know my personality. I'm not changing for nobody. That's the whole purpose of me getting on here, is I have to be comfortable with being myself. But like I said, so many people start getting deep into these densities and porosities. So that is why on Heavenly's Growth Oil, it is labeled low porosity. That is why on Heavenly's Stimulating Growth Serum, it is labeled medium porosity. And that is why on Heavenly's Growth Elixir, it is labeled high porosity. Because with the growth oil, it has like a loose, thinner like consistency. All of the ingredients in it is powerful. It has over 30 different Ayurvedic herbs with strong and rich, potent carrier oils that complement one another. And that one all by itself, people rave about, especially in my hometown. People bought that like it wasn't nothing. And after that, I came out with the growth elixir. The growth elixir is the one for the high porosity. It is thick. The liquid is thick. One of the major carrier oils in it is Jamaican black castor oil. And I labeled it for high porosity for people that their roots or their hair drinks up any type of oils or liquids. After I've sprayed it onto my I can do things with two hands. My hands are very small, so I struggle with trying to hold on to this bottle. That's why I will use a smaller sample bottle, but I'm not at my store. I end up I think getting a notification last night telling me that the electricity has been, or possibly has been restored. They end up letting me know around 7 at night that they went over to the store and checked out that or started working on that outage, that pole that had all those wires hanging out. But right after that, right after that, y'all, tell me why when I got the text message saying that they are working on my store, it's right up the street. Why the lights on this whole entire street went out? Our lights went out. I told my husband, like, look out the window. I said, look to see if the neighbor's lights is out. The neighbor's lights was out. My daughter ended up coming home last night. She said, can somebody unlock the door for me? I can't look for my key because there's no lights on the street. It's pitch black. Or it was pitch black out there. So I told my husband, I said, they don't went over there messing with my my store, trying to get it back together and get them lights turned back on, and end up cutting the whole neighborhood lights off. But I haven't went over there today because, like I said, I'm on my way to my grandson's musical. I want to call it. I didn't call it two, three different things by now: musical, concert, or whatever. But yeah. So I just want to get on here and show you guys how the moisture milk can be applied. Hello, Lois. Yes, so with the moisture milk, yes, it does define your curls, but it doesn't define your curls as deeply as the curling custard does. Remember, I was saying in my live yesterday that the curling custard is like a curl enhancing gel that helps define your curls, but it gives you like a slight hardening. But if you don't want to receive that slight hardening, then you go behind it. If you are creating a wash and go, right? You take small sections, you pour the curling custard in the palm of your hands, you rub that on first, okay? But it is always best to start out with your stimulating growth shampoo and your stimulating growth conditioner so you can have clean hair, so you don't have any type of dirt buildup. Like I was stating yesterday in my live, like right now I'm rubbing my fingers together. My protective style has been up for 15 days. Common sense will tell anybody that my hair is dirty, so I'm rubbing it because it is dirty, okay? It's dirty, but it don't stink because Heavenly's moisture milk smells like fruit. So if you've purchased it before and you've already received your order, you know that this right here, the smell is banging, y'all. Okay. Now with this growth tonic, it smells more like a herbal, like rosemary, peppermint. It does have a little fruitiness in it, but it's fruits mixed with the mint, if that makes a lot of sense. Because in Heavenly Hair and Skincare's hairline, I just never believed in making all of my products smell just like strong herbs. It's no point in that. When you are making sure that I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb. So let me do that real quick. Because I'm getting notifications and then it's already bothering me. But when you are formulating your products and you are making sure that each ingredient that you are putting in your products are complement one another in order to enhance the thing that you put in there. The first thing, you put something else to enhance that. Okay, you make sure that it's complement one another. You are going to receive growth regardless of what. But remember that everybody here is different. Some people follicles are more stubborn. Some people have been through traumatic hair trauma. Everybody hasn't, though. You're welcome, Lois. Everybody hasn't to a certain extent. Everybody has a level of trauma, though, that their hair has been through. My hair has been through a level of trauma. That's the whole purpose of me bringing Heavenly Hair and skincare products back to the forefront. Remember, I said that I created this back in 2018. I big chopped in 2017. My fro was just a little bitty fro, and I timed it. I'm looking every day, months and months and months. My fro was only getting bigger by a smidge. And I said, something got to give. It was irritating me to the point to where I said, it has to be something out here that can keep my hair in the anagen phase a little while longer. And that's when I start studying and formulating. And that is when I first came out with Heavenly's growth oil. Hold up, y'all. I'm so sorry. I know that this video is supposed to be about me applying the moisture milk in the hair serum, but still at the same time, for those who are new, they wouldn't mind them. I hope not. But that is when I started out with this one right here. This is the one for low porosity. It has a loose consistency. The color is green, okay? So yellowish green. The color changes depending on what company that I'm buying it from. Because in a business, it's going to be companies that's going to run out because so many people are ordering from the same companies. Like I said, that's for the low porosity Heavenly Growth Oil. I didn't quite get into the heavily stimulating growth serum when I first started out talking, but this is for the medium porosity. Now the heavenly growth oil and the heavenly's growth this growth elixir started out 7 years ago. I formulated it and I've been selling it for 7 whole years. But this right here, this stimulating growth serum, I've been selling it for the past what 3 or 4 years. End up putting that one in the mix. And like I stated on many of my other lives, even my live yesterday, that I never be that type of person to where I tell you that my products is the only one that works. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not ever going to do that. Everybody products work to a certain extent. Okay. Not only that, but you have some people's products that work on 90%, people hair, and on that other 10%, not so much. It weighs differently. That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't stand to see people who make products, and it's mainly the ones who create hair growth oil, and a lot of them are slapping oils together. They not even studying these oils. I'm gonna speak about my hometown as an example. When I first moved back from Georgia, we've been back here for about 13 years now. I tried to bring so many new things, or so many things that weren't new in the bigger cities and states. I tried to bring them here in my small hometown, and they didn't want to hear about it. They wasn't interested in nothing until years later. Years later, a lot of people in my hometown started picking up late on certain things. And the main things that they learned about when it came down to these oils is eucalyptus, tea tree, rosemary, lavender, and peppermint. And that's all. That was it. That is all. When they had no clue that it's all different type of herbs, the ones that you can't even pronounce. Okay, bergamot. People just now finding out about lemongrass. What, the past 5 years? But it's so many. And I think with the word eucalyptus, they really feel like they was hitting some on something. Eucalyptus, I use eucalyptus, okay? Because it's a big name. But the whole time they didn't know that it was far more herbs and essential oils that are out here, and that were out there when they didn't know anything about it. But like I said, that's how I formulated Heavenly's Growth Oil and Heavenly's Growth Elixir. People been crazy about it. I have so many people that will use the growth oil, and then I have so many people that will use the growth elixir, even babies. So if you go under Heavenly's website, you will see. And if you don't know where it's at, then all you have to do is just click under my bio under my channel, and the link is there. But you will see where babies um even use the growth elixir, which is thick, because you have to remember that I didn't have the middleman. I didn't have the stimulating growth serum back then. I just had thin, which is the growth oil. Now this is stimulating growth serum, I'm sorry. But all I had back then was thin and thick. Okay. Then I came out with this one. But like I said, the growth oil has a green, yellowish like texture. The consistency is loose. And then I had came out 3 to 4 years ago with this stimulating growth serum, which is for like medium slash sometimes low porosity because of the consistency. It's loose too, but it's kind of like medium, like loose. So that is for the people with the medium porosity hair, but low porosity can still use it at the same time. And then you have the thick one, which is the growth elixir, and it has more like a thicker consistency. And the color of it is like a dark orange or medium type orange, and this right here is pinkish and sometimes reddish because of the hibiscus that's on the inside of it. And on the stimulating growth serum, it has hibiscus powder in there. And then I came out with Big Mama slash Big Daddy, and that is the Revival Hair Serum. That used to be called the follicle thickening Revival Hair Serum, until TikTok made me change the name. But the reason why I created that name so wide and so long, because I wanted people to be able to choose whether they want to just target their roots, whether they want to just target those dormant dead follicles. So that is why I created this right here. And the consistency can be used for all types. I wasn't even in the camera. But the consistency can be used for all types, and it almost look somewhat, this is the elixir, but it's a little oranger. Well, no, it don't even look like that. I would have did when you till I put it up to the light, because the window is right here. But every one of them is made differently. But some of the herbs are in the same thing, like the fenugreek. Fenugreek is in all of these. But when it comes down to the growth oil, you have the olive oil as the base. Then when it comes down to the stimulating growth serum, you have like the argan oil and the sweet almond oil as the base. And then with the growth elixir, you have the Jamaican black castor oil. I put up the wrong one. As the elixir, you have the Jamaican black castor oil as the base. And let me make sure I'm closing this because I keep picking this thing up and I be forgetting that I could accidentally drop this. This is a big bottle, y'all. Big, big bottle. Okay. So with this revival serum, you have the wheat germ oil and the Jamaican black castor oil as the base. Okay. So, like I said, they are different ones for different porosities. But someone asked me one day, they messaged me under my website and they said that if it's for different porosities, then why do you say it's for all hair types? Because it is for all hair types. It's for curly, straight, semi curly, semi straight. It's for all races. It can be used on any and every body. So that's where the all hair types come into explanation. So let me go ahead because it's 116. Not supposed to bend off of here. But as you notice that I spray my ends first, and I'm showing this demonstration for the people who have locks and are wondering, can you use the moisture milk on the locks? Let me do a close-up real quick and show you. Let's pretend like this locks or sister locks. It don't even matter. So please don't correct me in the comment section because I'm just using this as an example. You can put it in your hand or you can spray it on the strands. You see how it doesn't leave a white residue. I mean, when it come down to the locks, I know the locks are more formed and more thicker than a twist, but fret not. Don't put too much into it, y'all. What I mean by that is don't be so afraid and wonder if this really going to show up on the locks. Is it going to sit on top of it? It's not going to sit on top. Just rub it in. You don't have to rub it in as long as I do, but y'all, I love my hair. This is what I do on an everyday basis. If you notice that I can't chew bubble gum and talk at the same time, so you are going to start seeing me do things to my hair that I already do. I can't put a front on for the camera because if I even try to, I'm telling you, it's going to fail. I'm gonna go right back to my original old self. If you notice that I stopped spraying my hair when I started talking, because remember I can't chew bubble gum and talk at the same time. But this is where it goes and turns into a hair growth spray because I am applying it on my scalp. Y'all, if you haven't tried this, you may want to. It feels so good. It feels good and it smells good. You won't go around here smelling like those stinking herbs. Yeah, I said stinking herbs because some of them do stink. I can't turn all the way around because I have a heat press behind me. So I hope that you are able to see it good enough. But nurturing your hair is very important, y'all. Let's pretend like these are locks. There's so many people, yes, you use it every day. So you have people that and especially with you having locks because like I said, locks stink. You know, locks can be stinking, box braids be stinking, these mini twists be stinking. Yes, I'm saying stinking, stinking. They do. But when you spray this on your scalp and when you apply it to your roots, then your hair won't stink anymore. Some people have styles up that they can't just rush and go shampoo. Now, me, I'm thinking about keeping these up for another week because, like I stated before, I know the limit of my protective styles. You have to learn your hair and know what your hair can take and what your hair can't take. Stop going around here leaving up your box braids longer than what they're supposed to be left up. I don't care who leaving their box braids up, their hair may be more stronger than yours. If you notice your hair is weak and you're trying to bring it back to life, you're trying to revive it, you're trying to get your hair to be like how it used to be when you was in the third grade, when you was in the kindergarten. You remember, uh, y'all remember? Because a lot of you say, my hair used to be long when I was a kid. And I promise you, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm laughing while I'm saying it because I'm sarcastic. I talk about my own self. But listen to me, y'all. For the ones who have been saying that for years, stop saying it. Like, leave people in suspense. I wouldn't even tell nobody. Because all I'm saying is, if your hair is a certain length now, and say for instance, it's very, very short, I'm not even going to tell you that you can't help that. Yes, you can. You can help that. You can help that because you must first discipline yourself. When you get tired of your ponytail being short, when you sit back from year after year after year after year, and you know that you are an adult, and you know that you are not cutting your hair in a pixie cut all the time on purpose, but you are wearing your hair in that one ponytail and you got it sprouted out like a feather at the top. If you know you're sick and tired of that, do something about it. Preserve your ends. I don't care if your ends is this short. Preserve them. Do cornrows. Spray this on your scalp every single day and then go in behind it if you have thin, sparse roots. That is what the Revival Hair Serum is for. This is what I've been spraying on my hair every single day because, yes, it can be used as a hair growth spray. Every oil that I sell is a hair growth spray, but the ingredients in the Revival Hair Serum is to target those people with those dormant slash dead follicles due to trauma, which is hair trauma, right? And for people who have those sparse roots, that they roots used to be thicker and now they are thinner. I'm not going to use this one. I don't even know why I tried to open this. I'm going to use the one with the old label on there. This is the one that I had as a display whenever I took those pictures, but now they're taken down off of my website. But I never intended on selling this. This one is a 2 ounce, this one is a 4 ounce. I only use this as an example because I couldn't get close and reach for my 4 ounce when I was creating the oil. This is a huge difference, y'all. Okay, remember, TikTok made me go ahead and put the real label that I was going to have on there after the holidays, y'all. But hear me when I tell you, like right now, my scalp feel so good. Okay, I oiled my scalp last night before bed. I was going to wait and oil it again tonight before bed. But for the sake of this video, I'm just putting it on here for y'all. A little bit goes a long ways. You only have to do like 2 droppers because you have to make sure that you get those edges. But remember that for those who are struggling very, very bad, don't give up before the breakthrough because you have to remember that your hair is different from the next person or the next person's hair is different from yours. Allow it to heal your scalp first. So you doing all you can and you're applying it every day. And when I say every day, meaning every day when you're wearing a protective style, not every day for the rest of your life. But you have to remember that so many people have been telling y'all to apply their growth oils every 3 days or every 5 days. And then you turn around and say, it didn't do nothing. I bet it didn't. It didn't do nothing because your hair needed a little bit more nurture and care. Your hair needed a little bit more. Right before that breakthrough, you quit. You quit because you got tired of applying it every day. This a big bottle. It ain't going nowhere, especially if you spraying either the growth, either the moisture milk, which is a growth spray, and a moisturizing and conditioning spray as well, or the growth tonic, which is a growth spray and a strengthening spray and a detangler. Either one will do. Then I drop some in my hand and then I rub it together and then I seal in the moisture that I just sprayed on my hair strands, y'all. Y'all, this is what I do. This is why I showed you guys, and I'm showing you now, 2 weeks worth of hair growth. 2 weeks. 2 weeks because I'm disciplined. 2 weeks because I don't play around with my hair and my scalp. 2 weeks because I love my hair. 2 weeks because I've learned my hair. 2 weeks because I don't compare my hair to nobody else's. 2 weeks because I decided that I'm going to be other people's hair inspiration. And I try to teach you guys and tell y'all, do the same. Be someone else's hair inspiration. I've been saying this for a lot of years. I don't think nobody was following me under my old Heavenly Hair and Skincare business page on Facebook, but I've been saying it for so many years. Look at that. Don't worry about the gray. Excuse the gray, y'all. Like, when you are wearing a protective style and your goal is growth, you won't worry about being real cute with your real hair 24/7. That is new growth. That right there is the knot. That right there is the new growth. Not only that, I know my hair is different in different areas. The bottom is loose curly. The front is super loose to where it looks like it's been straight. And the middle is more of a tightly curl. But my hair grows faster in the back. You see that right there? That's just how my hair has always done. I'm gonna show you a year later if you hang with me and you will see what I'm talking about. I learned my hair a long time ago, and I know that my hair grows faster in the back. So why do you think that I keep my protective styles in for a minute and I allow my hair to stay in the androgen phase a little while longer? That was the whole purpose of me studying and formulating back in 2017 and finally coming out with a hair care line in 2018. Everybody has a hair growth oil company. Everybody. Anybody small out here, they start out with a hair growth oil. Even in my town, it was competition. People like this town is so small, people feel like, you know, they be after you. Don't even know God told me to do this. That's why when they came over trying to figure out what I was doing, whole time they thought it was a hair growth line. No, it's a hair care line. See, because God told Tasha that she was gonna have shampoos and conditioners, all different type of growth oils because all of them grow your hair. A growth pomade slash growth grease that when you rub it together, it turns into an oil and you can apply it to your scalp. A two growth sprays to where if you apply it first before applying your growth oil, it's like watering a plant, and then the oil is the fertilizer, and then boom, the maximization from that. Because you're gonna receive hair growth using a growth oil by itself, but tell me how beneficial that is. Applying just growth oil on your hair strands is not beneficial, especially if you got dry, brittle hair strands. The hair growth oil alone is a healing oil. When I have aches and pains, this times I had arthritis in my hand, especially when I was working. And I applied this, and I'm telling you, if you have the growth oil, put it on the pain and rub it, and you will see what it does. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. It's 1:27. I got my phone on do not disturb. It's no telling if my grandson's other grandma has already called my phone, but I'm trying to see which one of these I'm put on because remember that when you are wearing a protective style or when you are on a hair growth journey, many people are discouraged because of how they look with the protective style. So many people wear wigs and so many people wear quick weaves and keep them things in their hair and it is smothering and drowning and ripping their hair out. The chemicals in the what do you call that? The chemicals that are in the quick weave is eating away at people's roots. I'm telling you, so many people here in my hometown has shown me their hair and they took the quick weave off because they want to glue it at that point. It was nothing to glue it to. And their roots was naked, but here she go right here. She's outside. But I hope you enjoyed this video, y'all. You guys have a blessed one. And maybe later I'll come back on here and do a little bit more explaining. All right, talk to you guys later.